Good evening, Claudia. Do you hear me?
Hello, teacher.
How are
Nice
you?
to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Fine, fine. And you?
Good. George told me that you're living close to Bogota in Chía.
Yes,
That you
yes.
moved.
In this moment, I am working in a store.
Okay.
My personal circumstance have changed a little.
Okay, but anyway, you I used to travel there a lot, right? Like frequently.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
My
so
my imagine is world
it's not
is not
clear.
clear.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
but I
don't know.
think it's the camera. I think yeah. Now it's better. Yeah, it's the camera. Okay. And tell me what happened at the school where you were trying to get the permission to have your practicum.
Yes, yes, I um, I have one option in a school very close.
To your place? It's very close
Yes,
to your home.
at yes, my home. Mhm. The
Mm,
the the school is public school. It
okay.
means
So
yes,
so they told you that you can uh, do your practicum there.
yes. Mhm.
Great. And when are you going to start? By in October or before?
By October. The director sent me today the letter of recommendation
Okay.
that you say that you say
Ah,
me
right.
about the letter. Mhm.
Okay. Great. And how are you doing with the course, with the Hello, Maria.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How,
Sorry for late.
okay. How are you guys doing with the tasks? Uh,
Ay.
Very
Just
interesting.
sorry, teacher. The tax for this week?
yes.
Oh, sorry, teacher. Just I see because just I arrived to my house today because I was out the from country and my internet was very poor connection. But just I am looking everything too much job this week. Many
Okay.
things. It's about business. I was looking here.
Yeah, I mean, you will always have task about types of questions of TOEFL plus the next way topic and a task to practice that topic of that you study in next way.
Mhm.
Teacher, the questionnaire, the TOEFL questionnaire have grade, has grade.
The questionnaire of TOEFL. Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes. The questionnaire, the TOEFL questionnaire has a grade.
Yes, but there are two questionnaires. One is for you to practice, and the second one is the one that will be graded.
Teacher, and those questionnaire are really
Yes, they are. If you take the TOEFL, you would find sections that have the types of questions that you are studying. So those
in
are
this course. in this course we are going to know this questionnaire?
The idea is that you practice each week one type of question that you will find in the real test. But at the end of the course, you won't take a complete test.
Okay, great.
Good.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it's good because in most places ask you to take not the TOEFL, but well, not exactly the TOEFL, but any international test to prove that you have a good English level. So it's good that you know in advance, like the structure of those tests, and the TOEFL is like the most common one.
Yes, it's necessary for jobs.
Yeah. If you click in YouTube, you will find more exercises to practice listening that were taken from the real test. So
The TOEFL has two forms, ITP, and I don't remember.
yes, but I think is more common the computer based test, the CBT, the computer based test. Yes, because the other one is it was the like not with internet connection, but it's I think it's not that common here, at least here in Bogota. It's more common the CBT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good for us.
Yes.
Hello, George.
Hello.
Just, I can hear you. I don't know.
No, we can't hear you.
George.
He needs to check the connection. Well, the idea tonight is that you practice how to talk about hypothetical situations, which was the topic that you studied last week in Next Week. You studied the 3 types of conditionals, first, second, and third. And in order to practice that, I would like you, if you agree, that we discuss the situation in Venezuela, how it is, or why it is important for us, like to reflect about it, and like the possibilities, the hypothetical solutions. Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine, teacher. I will ask you for some tips. Next week, we got an interview on American School Way. So if you can give us some tips for that interview, will be great.
Some tips for that interview. Well, actually, I guess they are gonna have you talk about your personal life, experience at the university, what you are currently doing. So they are not going to ask you about how you teach a lesson, because later, if they decide that you can teach there, they will have you to attend to some sessions for you to know the way they teach English at that place. So you know that there are different methods to teach, and they have their own method. I mean, they have a way to teach lessons. So after the interview, if they tell you that you can work with them, you will be asked to attend that sessions that I'm telling you about how to teach English for them. So yeah, the questions, they will ask you about your personal life, your job, your experience at the university, and that will be like what you will be asked.
Okay, teacher. They asked me for headphones for that interview. I don't know why.
Okay, because you won't have a face-to-face interview, but she will probably have an interview through a program like the one that we are using right now, Zoom or Skype or any other.
Okay, teacher. Thank you very much.
Yep. You're welcome, John. Hello.
Hello, teacher. Hello, Claudia. Estefania,
Hello.
Gregorio. It's a pleasure to see you again one more time.
For us too. It's a pleasure for us too.
Okay.
How are you doing, John? How's your work doing? How are you doing at work?
Okay, fine.
Fine?
Yeah, fine.
And
Working
your
so
girl?
hard.
Your girl?
My daughter, oh, she's beautiful. She right now is on the second floor with her mother. And well, working. I'm ready to learn so much. Everything you want to transmit us.
Great. Well, I was telling your classmates that that we are going to practice tonight how to talk about hypothetical situations, and if you agree, we can, in order to practice that, we can talk about Venezuela and the problem that they have over there. Why is that important for us, and the things that you might or what you think might happen in the future. How do you think the problem could be solved, so we can practice how to talk about hypothetical situations? That was the topic that you studied in Dexway last week. You studied how to talk about using first, second, and third conditional. And so that's the idea, to practice that tonight.
Okay, teacher.
Hello, Paola. Well, I'm going to share my screen, and I would like to start by asking you what you know about Venezuela's problem. What is happening there? What's going on with their government? We can hear you, Claudia. We can't hear you, Claudia.
Can hear?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me. In this case, I forget it. I would like that you explain a little about the passive voice.
Passive voice?
Yesterday, I was studying this way, and this topic was the passive voice.
Passive voice.
But I appear a little complicated because was a topic more complicated. Why is a passive voice the in other way? I don't know.
Because you can use passive voice with all the tenses, with present, past, passivo.
Yes.
That's why, and we don't use that those type of sentences a lot in Spanish. We always use active voice in Spanish.
Yes. Yes, yes.
So that's
Yes.
probably the reason why you might
Exactly.
find it difficult. Yeah, well,
Yes, exactly.
if you want, I can give you some examples. Let me check, and then we will discuss the topic to practice conditionals. Let me find the file. I found it.
This sentence has no
Translation?
need translation in Spanish.
What sentence? The passive voice you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So the easiest structure of passive voice is with present and past. So here we have an example of past. In the active voice, we say some people robbed the school. In the passive voice, we say the school was robbed. So in the active voice, we would say they took some supplies, and the passive voice, we would say some supplies were taken. So the structure here is that we don't mention, in the passive voice, we don't mention who makes the action. In the active voice, we need to write it at the beginning of the sentence. And then the verb in past, and then the complement. In the passive voice, we write the complement first, and then the verb to be in the past, and the past participle of the second verb, which is in this case rob. The translation into Spanish of this sentence will be robaron el colegio, pero no decimos quién. We don't mention who. In the active we mention who. We say algunas personas robaron el colegio, ellos cogieron algunos elementos, ellos rompieron la ventana, robaron el televisor, un televisor, fotocopiaron los exámenes finales. En cambio, en la pasiva no decimos quién, decimos algunos elementos fueron tomados, el, el vidrio rompieron el vidrio. Es que en español no lo usamos casi, siempre mencionamos quién hace la acción. En cambio, en inglés sí se usa bastante la voz pasiva. Y esa es la estructura.
For example, in the future, the school will be robbed? No.
Yes. I have here some examples with future. Let me show you. Okay, here we have la voz activa. Pearson publicará su nuevo libro y la voz pasiva. Su nuevo libro será publicado y puedo decir al final por Pearson o lo puedo obviar. Otro ejemplo, Helen instalará las cortinas. Las cortinas serán instaladas. No decimos quién las va a instalar. Los colombianos elegirán un nuevo presidente. Un nuevo presidente será elegido. Y no decimos quién. La compañía empleará un nuevo trabajador. Un nuevo trabajador será empleado. John le dará o tomará algunos caballos o llevará algunos caballos al establo. Algunos caballos serán llevados al establo. We can hear you, Claudia.
Wow, the use of by, the
Of be.
preposition by.
In this
Why?
structure, always you need to write, if it's a sentence in future, you will use will and always the verb to be without any conjugation plus the past participle of the other verb. That's the structure for passive sentences. So it's something that you need to memorize. In this case, the translation into Spanish doesn't sound that strange. We say, las cortinas serán instaladas, los colombianos elegirán un nuevo presidente, un nuevo presidente será elegido, los caballos serán llevados al establo. En este caso, con will, no suena tan extraña la traducción al inglés, al español, perdón. Pero no, con otros tiempos verbales sí, que no se usa en español esa traducción. Miremos acá otro ejemplo. Este es con los modales. Entonces, Jan debe pagar el recibo. El recibo debe ser pagado. Helen podría adoptar ese perro. Ese perro podría ser adoptado. El gobierno debería aprobar unas sentencias más largas para los corruptos. Sentencias más largas para los corruptos deberían ser aprobadas. Bueno, en este caso también con los modales no suena tan extraña la traducción. Con el presente continuo sí, suena muy raro. Esperen a ver si está acá. Aquí está. El cambio global, el cambio de clima global está amenazando nuevas especies. Nuevas especies están siendo amenazadas. The engine is driving the train. La máquina o el motor está conduciendo el tren. El tren está siendo conducido por una máquina. El carpintero está haciendo los muebles. Los muebles están siendo hechos. Ahí sí suena muy raro. Andrea no está escribiendo una historia. Una historia no está siendo escrita. También suena muy rara la traducción. 3 hombres están construyendo la casa. La casa está siendo construida. En español diríamos, están construyendo una casa. Necesitaríamos usar la voz activa. Tendríamos que decir, somebody is building a house. Or some people are building the house. Nunca, muy raro diríamos, la casa está siendo construida. Entonces tal vez por eso te parece raro. Dime. With going to.
What is the translation?
Let's see. Because it will be with the present continuous. Let's say 3 men are going to build the house. The house is going to be built.
The house is going to.
The house is going to be built. La casa será construida. Con going to serán siempre. No, se usa el participio pasado.
Como en los demás tiempos.
Para todos los tiempos vas a tener el participio pasado al final.
Participio pasado.
Sí.
¿Con los modales también?
Con los modales también.
¿Y la preposición by al final se puede usar en todos los tiempos?
Cuando la preposición se pone al final.
By.
Ok. Cuando vas a mencionar quién hace la acción, sí. Entonces, en la voz pasiva, ¿cierto? Entonces, si la pones acá,
En
by,
cualquier tiempo.
ajá, by the Eugene, the house is gonna be built by 3 men.
Okay.
A story is not going to be right. A story. The furniture is going to be, or in this case, the furniture is being made by the carpenter.
Ujú, ok. ¿Y la voz pasiva se usa para preguntar también?
Sí, podrías decir, who built the house? O
Who's going to build that house?
who's going to build the house? Eh, let's see. Podríamos preguntar acá, what is driving? What is the how is the train being driven? Let's see here. A ver, la respuesta sería the train is being driven by the engine. What is being driven by global climate change? Esta inicial no está bien porque si yo pregunto who, estoy preguntando por quién hace la acción. Y acá lo que tenemos que preguntar es qué es lo que está siendo afectado por la persona que hace la acción. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que está siendo amenazado? ¿Cómo es que el tren está siendo manejado? A ver, para las otras respuestas. ¿Qué es lo que está siendo construido? ¿Qué es lo que está siendo, qué es lo que se está escribiendo? Porque la respuesta es el objeto. Lo que se está escribiendo es el libro, lo que se está haciendo es lo que nos interesa es no quién lo hace, sino qué es lo que está siendo afectado. En este caso, qué es lo que está siendo construido o hecho, qué es lo que está siendo manejado, qué es lo que está siendo amenazado, qué es lo que está siendo escrito. Entonces la respuesta es la historia, el mueble, el tren y las especies. En la voz pasiva lo que interesa es eso, qué es lo que está siendo afectado y no quién es el que está haciendo la acción.
Profesora, recuerdo que en Desboy había una pregunta que decía, pues había varias secciones y se usaba esa pregunta en futuro que decía, ¿Will you read to me? Y la respuesta era, I like being read to. O sea que la respuesta es en voz pasiva, pero entonces esa respuesta, ¿qué significaría? I like being read to. Y todas eran así, I like cook to. O sea, la estructura es I like y la forma being del verbo to be y el verbo y luego terminaba con to. Cuando la pregunta era en futuro. El ejemplo era, will you read to me? Y la respuesta era, I like being read to.
Ajá.
Entonces la traducción de la respuesta en español sería ¿cuál? O sea, ¿qué estaría uno diciendo ahí?
Me gusta que me lean. Entonces hay verbos que, espérate, a ver si acá están los ejemplos, como read to somebody.
Otra decía,
¿O qué decía la otra?
Era, don't shoot at me. Y la pasiva era, I hate being shoot at. Entonces, eso me pareció muy extraño. I hate being shoot at. O sea, es como muy raro.
Sí, espérate que por acá habían unos ejemplos de ese tipo de voz pasiva.
Ese tipo de voz pasiva era la que yo no conocía. Otro recuerdo que decía, I appreciate being cooked for.
Ok, aquí está. Entonces, algunos verbos que tienen preposiciones. Gritarle a alguien, mirar, cuidar a alguien, entrar en algún lugar, romper, romper, que tiene la preposición up, sacar, solucionar, work out the problem, posponer, put off. Entonces, esos verbos que tienen esa preposición, cuando yo hago la oración en voz activa, es Jane me gritó. Y para la pasiva es a mí me gritaron. Y como ese verbo tiene esa preposición, yo la pongo al final. ¿Sí? Siempre voy a tener en la voz pasiva el verbo to be, en este caso en pasado, el otro verbo en pasado participio y el artículo, la preposición al final, para ese tipo de verbos que tienen preposición. Entonces, si en la voz
¿Y hay
activa
una lista
digo,
de esos verbos?
no, hay muchos que tienen preposiciones. Que tú buscas, por ejemplo, en el diccionario el verbo look.
Entonces, si la voz activa...
Perdón, tú buscas en el diccionario el verbo look y significa mirar o ver. Y con cada preposición va a significar algo diferente. Look for, mirar. Look at, tiene otro significado, etc. Entonces, por ejemplo, uno de los verbos que más tiene significados dependiendo de las preposiciones es el verbo get. Get off, get out, get in, get away. Entonces sí hay muchos verbos con preposición.
Entonces, si voy a usarlos con la voz pasiva, entonces la preposición siempre va al final. Esa es la estructura.
Exacto.
Ok.
Teacher. Hello,
María.
teacher.
María.
Jorge Mario sent one message. Electric is going.
Okay.
Please say the teacher. He said, excuse.
Okay. Thank you, María. Okay. All right. More questions about passive voice?
No, teacher. Thank you.
Okay.
I understand the topic.
All right, good. So let's move to the discussion about the topic of Venezuela. Because the idea is to practice hypothetical situations. And so we are going to mention our hypothesis about how to solve the problem there. So what is happening in Venezuela? What is the problem they have there? Why are people going to other places? What is going on there?
Teacher.
John.
Okay, teacher, according to the Venezuelan situation, I would like to say, for example, 10 years ago, less, they were living very well. Many Colombian people were living in Venezuela, but right now the situation is very hard. It's so difficult. For that reasons, the many Venezuelan people are coming to Colombia. For example, here in Buenaventura, never before I haven't seen Venezuelan, but right now you can see in the traffic light in the corner something like this, and that situation affects to our country. For example, the people from Colombia were working in that place. Right now, Venezuelan people are working in the place that they used to work, and that situation affects the limited
The
border.
borders.
Yeah, the borders affect our borders and increase the employments and drops, many stuff, something like this, teacher.
Uh-huh. What do you guys know about the the ways or the things that people in Venezuela are doing to try to solve the problem they have there? Because they have tried to solve it. What have they done?
Inside there, you mean you say that the people inside to Venezuela?
Yes, people that are in Venezuela, what are they doing to try to solve the problem?
Teacher, this is a terrible situation, you know. According my knowledge, according that I hear, according that I see, according that I watch, I can see that, for example, um, the principal companies or the principal country around the block, around the world, they block to the, for example, food um, elements to go to Venezuela. For example, right now the it is like a internal problems, and the principal company block the food or medicines, something like this, that Venezuelan need to use it. Something like this, according to that I think.
So yeah, United States blocked them in terms of commercial relationships.
Yeah,
And,
exactly, something like this.
and what else do you guys have heard about how to solve the problem there? What have they done so far to try to solve the problem?
That problem it is not easy because, for example, United States might want to go inside to Venezuela, but it is complicated because if you see the border, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Colombia, the all country are around to Venezuela. They are inside to the problems, and um, maybe United States want to have a war, but if they do a wars, could be a big problem for the border country. It is not easy. It is not easy, that situation. I think so.
Yeah, sure. If Guaido and USA decide to start a war, that will be a problem for all the borders.
Teacher, another thing is, for example, Venezuela has oil, a lot of oil. In another countries, they are not thinking about the humans and populations. They are thinking, I suppose, for me, according to my personal opinion, for example, United States and the rest of the country, they are thinking about oil because oil is power, right? I think so. They are more they are interested in oil. They are not interested in population.
Right. So, in general, like most of the countries still depend on oil, on fossil fuels.
Yeah, fossil
So,
fuel.
if they find, that that's not renewable, so since Venezuela has a lot of oil, a lot of petrol, the countries that are, I mean, let's say USA, China, and the big countries, Russia, want that oil. As always in other situations with other countries before, as you mentioned, other countries are not thinking about the social problem there, the people there, but the resources they have and they could take from that country. Right. Paola, Maria, Claudia, what have you heard about what Venezuelans have done to try to solve the problem, or how do you think they could solve the problem in the future?
Teacher, only I know that the things here I watching the news because I am now in the Colombia, but in the news here we can watch sometimes in the newspaper and internet, the Colombiano like that. I hear about the president Maduro. They had to Venezuela had two presidents last week. He's hiding, but continue with the power. But I think that the principal is the political situation. Solve this situation, I think, is the principal things. And they say, John, my family also told me in my city, in Medellin, many Venezuelan people are living there in the semaphore. John, it's a very bad situation, but I think political is the first thing that they need to resolve.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, they have tried to solve the problem by setting a new president.
Yes, one democratic, I think, democratic president.
Which is Guaidó. But it doesn't work. Why? Why that solution didn't work? Why? That was those are actions done to try to solve the problem. So one solution, one action was to set a new president, which was Guaidó. Why that solution didn't work?
Teacher, I think in the Venezuela people have divisions. I think half support one side, another half support another side. For this, I think it's not working about. And also they need international support. I don't know, some organization, for example, ONU, like that. Some person can make negotiation.
So one of your proposals so Maria's proposal to solve the problem is to have international help to solve the problem. Okay, and who are the ones that are supporting Maduro? You know? Why?
Countries.
Well, countries and people. What type of people from Venezuela are supporting Maduro?
The Venezuela guerrilla? I don't know. Colombia.
The policemen and the militaries.
Yeah.
So since they have the guns, nobody can do anything because they are supporting Maduro. So he's protected by policemen and militaries. and some civilians, right?
Civilians, and I hear also about some countries supporting him. For
Yes.
example, this country, Turkey.
Turkey.
Yes, the president is supporting Turkey's president is supporting Maduro.
What
You
other
know.
countries are supporting it?
I hear about Turkey, okay, this country. I hear Russia,
Yeah.
but I don't remember more. But I know exactly this country, Turkey.
In China.
Okay, China, I don't know, but I hear.
Yes. Everybody wants their oil.
Yes, yes.
Unfortunately, as
Yes,
you
about.
mentioned before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else have they done? What other actions have they done to solve the problem? They set the new president, but it didn't work. What else have they done?
My teacher, I don't have more information. Only I hear it, not too much about.
Okay. Claudia and Paola, what else have you heard? We can hear you, Paola. No, we can't hear you. Okay.
Because Paola microphone, I think is close. I think I don't
Yeah.
know. Yes.
Paola, what you have to do? No, she thought it was. Okay, while Paola checks her connection, Claudia, what have you heard about that problem? What have people done?
The people leave the country. All people. They leave the country, companies, businessmen, all people leave the country. Sadly, the situation is very sadly.
Okay, so a lot of people
I
didn't
believe
find.
that. Sorry.
A lot of people didn't find a solution and they left the country, right?
Yes. Yes.
And what else, Claudia?
I think that the problem is political problem.
Yeah, but they have. Maduro has the power, but he has done a lot of illegal things. So if he leaves the power, then he's gonna have a lot of problems. He might go to prison, so he's gonna stay there till I don't know what happens. How do you think the problem could be solved? What solution do you think could work to solve the problem?
I agree with Stefania. Is necessary, is essential the international intervention. No, there is not other solution because there is a dark a dark intereses ocultos es como.
Okay, so we could say hidden agendas.
Hidden
agendas.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so the interest on their natural resources, always money, right? What that country has that other countries might get.
Yes. The intervention international is.
And when you say national intervention, you mean a war or you mean a dialogue?
That,
What do you mean?
no. What? No. No.
I think
No, because
the people have suffered much. The people need the solution now. Is a large period of super troops. The situation is hard. It's ugly. The people,
horror.
yes, the people want some solution.
Uh-huh.
Any for the people, whenever solution is good.
Okay, you know that in Colombia they have, Venezuelans have this type of jobs, right? They either drive this type of vehicles, the bicycle vehicle, the bicycle, let's say transportation. They sing in the or sell food or sell objects in the buses. They sell objects in the streets, or sometimes they help in worships. But some of them beg for money. Some of them are beggars. What do you guys do when in these situations? In which way do you think we can help them in Colombia? Because there are a lot of people, Venezuelans here, and well, that's what they are doing to survive. What do you think might be the solution or could be the solution?
Teacher, for example, here we have a light problem with the Syria. No, I don't know how to say it. Syrian people. He live in more than 3 millions. Syrian people, but the government support them. They have how can I say, house. They give check. They give food. But the people also works here. But this is country support them, help, economic help, and they give identifications, everything, help, social security. They have everything here. They are Syrian, but government support. In Colombia, I think it's difficult because we have our own problems. We are no one country are ready for help them with health, yes, protection. I don't know what. Yes. We live in a situation. Here everywhere is Syrian people, but in the Colombia, it is difficult for Colombian. The government.
So you don't see Syrians in the streets?
Yes, you can see, because they don't for them it's not enough stay in the this is places they adapt for them, small houses. They want, yes, but they have everything. Not everything, okay, but they work also for less. For example, they working for less salaries than Turkish people. I think in Colombia it's like situation with Venezuelan people.
So Venezuelans work for less money than Colombians. Yeah. But they have those type of jobs that don't need like specific knowledge or studies to work on those type of jobs. Yeah. So what happens there, Maria, regarding the Syrians? What type of jobs do they have?
For example, cleaning. They working in the factories. and repair cars. I don't know how can I say for repair. They especially working in Tumas, and this is area the factories, clothes, shoes, like that, and cleaning.
Okay.
Some of them has own business, stores, restaurants, taxis. Some of them, but they are supported for the government.
All right. Claudia, what do you do when you see Venezuelans asking for money in the streets? Do you help them? Do you give them money? Or what do you do? We can hear you. We can hear you.
I didn't say no.
You don't give them money.
I can. Yes. In Transmilenio, every day have many Venezuelans. Yes. Teacher, that Paola is going to come. The computer has problems.
Okay.
She tell me. Yes, I give money, but the people in generally in this place feel a repulsion for the Venezuelan. Venezuela.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yes. The people
you can say reject them. People reject them.
Yes.
Well, I guess that people get tired of listening the same thing every day. I mean, the people who use Transmilenio every day. So, and they say it takes 1 hour to get to the places, and in 1 hour they can listen to 5 different people selling things, asking for money. So every day the same thing. I guess people get tired.
Yes.
What happens there, John? What do you do when you see Venezuelans asking for money in the streets?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm using earphone because it is raining so hard right now. Okay, for example, teacher, I think that the situation is very hard because this is background, background situation. Because, for example, in our country, many people doesn't have employment, right? You can see in the street, you can see at the corner, you can see in the traffic light. But right now, when Venezuelan people are coming here and they are using the places that Colombian people were working at the moment. Okay, when I had the opportunity, I give coins, dance, but I don't think this is the best way because every day you give coins, but I think the government has to looking for the solution for these situations. I don't know. I don't know what more to say, teacher, but it is a big problem because every day you can see more people. For example, the last week I went to the how do you say to the mechanic to repair my car, but I see 2 Venezuelan people working in that place. The last years we were working Colombian people, but right now are Venezuelan people. And my question, I wonder, Marcel, what happened with Colombian people that they were working in that place now are working Venezuelan people because they ask cheaper than Colombian people.
They ask for less money than Colombia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In Colombia, you know that we have some help from rich countries, but the help is not enough. So with that money, we can like provide Venezuelans from some of their needs, some help, some food, but it's not enough. So the thing is that the problem there is affecting our country, as you mentioned, people that are in those type of jobs that don't need studies, like in restaurants, in let's say stores. So those are the type of jobs that in which Colombians and Venezuelans are competing more than in other types of jobs, like in the area of health or in the area of education or in other areas. So it's affecting us, yes, and I thought it was like important to discuss like possible solutions. I read in the news that some teachers from Venezuela were asking for a referendum. Yes, because they are asking for, they are trying to find out legal ways to have more power in Venezuela. One legal way was to have Guaido as a president because the constitution they have allowed them to do that. So that's legal. And so those teachers were thinking about the referendum as a way to ask all the population, all the Venezuelans, if they agreed on if they agreed on a negotiation between both powers, between the ones that are for Maduro and the ones that are against, to make it a little bit legal. But well, I don't know if you might think about other solution, at least for the people that are here in our country, besides the idea that governments need to find out a way, a solution. What other things come to your mind that Venezuelans could do or that Colombians could do to make things change a little bit? We are not going to solve this, or no, we're not going to have the the definite solution, but let's say some possibilities, some ideas that come to your mind.
Mm.
In the moment, Colombia is giving social security for the Venezuelan. Yes. In some case, I hear that some Venezuelan families have money for short time.
Yeah. Well, I heard last Sunday, that they can stay in a place for a month. They have housing, they have food, they have like the basic needs. to cover their basic needs for a month. And then they are given about 60,000 pesos, and then they have to leave. So they can stay in that place, but only for 1 month. And well, 60,000 pesos is something that you spend in a week
Yes.
or less.
Yes.
But they are they are a lot. They are about 3 billion or 4 billion.
Teacher, the problem now is every day the Venezuelan people are increase every day. But the question right now for the government, what the government are going to do according to the situation. Because if you see, for our people, there isn't war, there isn't job. And now the Venezuelan people are increasing in our country. This situation is becoming very hard. I'm worried about it.
Yeah, the whole country is worried about it because it's not easy if Maduro continues having the protection of militaries and soldiers. That's gonna be very difficult to change there. He's protected with the guns of these militaries and policemen.
Yes.
So if that cannot be solved soon, or at least what I heard is that in other cases where that has happened, it takes about 15 years for people to return to their countries. So 15 years, that's a lot. So far, the problem has started like 4 years ago. So imagine 10 years more with the same problem in a country like like our country that is a poor one.
This will be every day worse and worse.
Yeah, so lately you heard in the news maybe that the president decided to give the nationality to children that were born in Colombia, that whose parents are Venezuelan, right? But I don't know what other solution you might think about. What other thing can Venezuelans do? What other type of jobs can they have?
Teacher, maybe some educational programs, education programs. I don't know, something technical.
International.
Like that. Yeah.
Training programs.
Yeah.
So, training programs for them.
Yes.
So something similar to what ex-guerrilleros had, maybe. They had the help of SENA for them to start a new business. Do you think that, well, China is helping Venezuela because they want Venezuelans' oil?
Contraceptives.
Yeah, so do you think Venezuela could become part of China in the future?
Everything is possible with this situation.
Yes, it's possible.
they own a lot of money to them. So China have given a lot of money to Venezuela, and in return, Venezuela has given oil to China.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
like
of course.
they have a big debt with them.
Ay.
Well, that's complex.
But teacher, I see is the countries that support Venezuela. All these countries are communist countries.
Uh-huh.
Cuba, China,
Russia.
Russia.
Here,
Turkey.
I don't speak. I prefer no comments.
But why do you think Turkey is why do you think Turkey is doing that?
Communist? No.
No, but why do you think Turkey is helping Venezuela, or it's for Maduro?
For oil, petrol?
Because of the
oil?
oil?
Yeah, because here no, we haven't petrol. We have, but there is very difficult. It's very expensive. For example, gas, oil, correct?
Uh-huh.
Gas oil is very expensive here. They have not too much. They have to get from another countries.
So if you buy, I mean, how much do you have to pay for oil there?
I don't know, teacher, how is the rate now? I know in Colombia, I don't know, it's for gallon, no?
Uh-huh.
How is here is liter? Gallon, I don't know, is 3 liters? No, I don't know. Here we pay for one, I don't know, in Colombia it's 1 gallon, 3 liters, no? I think.
Yes,
yes. Yeah. And here 1 liter is it costs more, double than Colombia 1 gallon. Double than.
Oh, yeah? That's a lot.
Expensive.
Yeah. Expensive. Because when we compare, when we go Colombia, we rent car there, we compare with here.
So I guess lots of people
Turkey.
I guess lots of people there use the bicycle or other ways to move. Do a lot of people there use bicycles?
Teacher, I didn't hear well. Connection is sometimes broken.
No, is that okay? Okay. Do a lot of people there use bicycles? Or
no,
or electric?
No, cars.
Yeah.
Electric cars start now. Too much people is now buying the hybrid. Electric. Electric with Toyota. I think Toyota, other mark. I don't know other brand. I hear, but the bicycles, no, not too much. Motorcycle now start now is como moda, just right now. But normally people have cars. I don't know. It's expensive. Everybody we have car.
Okay.
But public transport, not how say public transportation, correct?
Uh-huh.
It's very, 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 very good. Very good. We have tramvia. Yes, train, fast. It's very fast, like Japanese. Also, we have Japanese. We have autobus, very good. Autobuses, autobus.
Buses.
The buses, taxis, minibuses. They have very good service everywhere.
Okay.
And it's good. It's not expensive. This is not expensive. Public.
Yeah. So if you have good public transportation, then people don't need private cars or their own cars.
And the guarantee here that many people, have car, but also factories, companies in general, they have service. They bring, for example, schools, our school, the teachers, we have service, all teachers in all schools here. Yeah, but we have service. The people who want to use own car, okay, can, but you know, service.
Okay.
For the people who have car for weekend, emergency, like that.
I see. Yeah. So here is the opposite. So we have no good public transportation. So people want to buy a lot of cars.
But I don't know. They have some companies have some service.
We have for teachers at schools. They usually have school buses.
But here no, general. Here is general. All companies.
No, well, like here, if teachers want at schools, they can get that service. They pay for the school bus, but there are lots and lots of private cars, because people don't like Transmilenio, people don't like public transportation because it's not a good service.
Teachers, sorry, you say teachers pay for bus?
Yes, the
school
teachers.
bus.
Yes.
Here no, this is free. Teachers don't pay for buses. And other workers, for example, in factories, here, petrol, they don't pay. This is the company service. This is one company service. They don't pay any money.
So I guess there people pay a lot of taxes for having services.
Yes, we have taxes here, high taxes. But we not pay. Okay, transport. I mean.
You have high taxes, but good service.
Yes, that's true. Yes. It's like that.
Well, guys, look, here they have a link if you want to watch at any time, if you want to watch a video about the problem in Venezuela. It's 60 minutes long if you want more information. Well, I think we can stop now the encounter, and please, if you have topics that you might be interested in reading, so tell me, write an email with the list of topics so I can prepare something in advance for you to discuss. So it will be nice if you tell me what topics would you like interesting to debate, to read about, so we can practice speaking in our encounters.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's all.
Teacher,
thank you for your participation.
Thank you to you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. It's a pleasure to see you one more time.
Yes.
Me
too, I say.
It's a pleasure, teacher.
Yes, a pleasure.
You're a very good teacher.
Yes. Yes, we speak. It's important. You may ask to speak.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah. So please, really, don't forget to send me a list of topics, so we can.
I teacher, yes. Next, I will ask you some things I have also. Yes.
Okay.
Good. I was thinking about. Okay.
Yeah, please write me the email with that information.
Okay. Okay, yes. I will send you.
Okay, bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Claudia, bye. Maria Estefania, bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice to see you again. Good night.